it's Melody, and as you might notice, I'm not wearing any makeup today, and that's because I want to share with you some of the awesome skills and techniques that I learned in the Makeup Forever makeup artistry class called Complexion and Contour. Now this is a small, basically a one-on-one class with a Makeup Forever makeup artist where you get to sit down and you get to learn different types of techniques and what types of products to use in order to create a flawless complexion and learn how to contour for an everyday look. So this is why I have on no makeup today. I'm gonna jump right into it and show you basically what I do. So first I use a primer. This is the Glamcor. This is the Glamcor Glamour First Impression Primer, and I kind of just, using the techniques that I learned, smooth the primer on my face. Zoom in a little bit. The next step is going to be to take a foundation brush. This is a basic foundation brush that I got from Crown Brushes, and I'm actually going to use my Nars foundation. Now this is the Nars SheerGlow foundation, and the color is Macao. I really love this foundation. The only thing about it is if you have oily skin, this gets oily really quick. So while I really love this foundation, it's not a foundation that I can wear every single day, especially in the summertime. So using the techniques that they taught me, I'm basically just going to apply this foundation, starting under my eye and sweeping up. And then I'm going to bring the foundation down and smooth it out. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side, starting under my eye and bringing it over. So there you go, you can see it, and then I'm going to smooth it out. Make sure you get your nose and smooth out any lines of demarcations that you might have between your face and your neck. And the reason why we start here and you work our way down is because basically the lower half of your face is what needs the most coverage. And then next I'm going to apply for my forehead. And I'm just going through to make sure I don't have any lines. Okay, so then the next step is going to be concealer. So in the Makeup Forever artistry class, they had me use a corrector to cancel out the blueness in my Mongolian spot. But the concealer that I really love to use that is a corrector and a concealer in one is the Dermablend concealer. Not sure if you guys can tell, but it's a Dermablend concealer. And it's just like a tube of lipstick, but it's a concealer and it's absolutely awesome. So it's really the only thing that I use now to actually conceal and to cover my skin disorder. And so you can use a brush or you can just kind of put it on, which is what I basically do, just kind of put it on. And I kind of put a little bit under my eye and wherever I need correcting and concealing. And then for this, what I go ahead and do is I just go ahead and, let me zoom in a little bit more. What I go ahead and do is just like pat it in. And I really make sure to get it like covered very well. So as you can see now, it is completely gone. Awesome. So the color that I use for the Dermablend for the Dermablend Quick Fix Concealer is called Brown. You can find these at usually in a department store. I know Ulta sells them. I do know for a fact that Lord & Taylor sells them, or you can order this on dermablend.com. I have several backups for this because, as you can see, it covered and concealed easily without me having to use a corrector and apply all that stuff on my face. So it has me skip many steps. So the next thing I'm going to do is apply a powder that is actually going to set my foundation. And for this I use the Makeup Forever Pro Finish, and the color is 174. And then I'm going to also use a MAC 130 brush. So one of the techniques that they showed us for using this, a lot of people like to take their brushes and just dig in like that. For this, they showed us to actually take this and rub your brush across to pick up the product. And now you have the product on your brush. And the next thing you're going to do is take it and roll it across your face. And this helps to set your foundation. And then you basically do the same thing with the other side. So that's basically it for your foundation. The next thing I do is my eyebrows. So I kind of just go out of order there because the next thing on the list for Makeup Forever would be, that was taught in the Makeup Forever Artistry class, would be to do your highlight and your contour and then do your brows. But I like to do the brows first because it helps me out with doing the highlighting for the brows. So I just use a MAC pencil, and this is in Spiked. And I just use really short strokes. And actually I can't really see that mirror because it's so far away. And I bleached my brows to make them a little bit lighter, so I'm just going to use this mirror to help me do my brows. So now that we have our eyebrows on, we've applied foundation, concealer, primer, all that good stuff. The next thing I'm going to do is do my highlight. Now with the highlight, what I'm going to use is a MAC Iridescent press powder, and it looks something like this, and this is what I'm going to use for the highlight. And so since I have a oval shaped face, we actually used a face chart, and we were able to show we actually used a face chart, and on the face chart they actually showed us where we were supposed to place our highlight based on our face shape. And so since I have an oval face shape, I place my highlight right here on the brow, right there, and then I also place the highlight, of course, on the cheek. And then one little spot that a lot of people forget about is in the, I guess it's like the little heart-shaped Cupid's place on your lips. And so I just use a Delium Tools brush, and this is 780, and I applied my highlight starting there. And you don't apply a lot of highlight so that people actually can see it. It's just to kind of just add more light to your face. And then I just apply a little there. And then I apply a little here. And this is why I say I like to do my brows first, because it just makes it a little bit easier when I apply my highlight. Now, to do the highlight on my cheekbones, the brush that I use is going to be the new Makeup Forever Artesian brushes, and this is a dual ended brush. And this is number 158. They have the wavy and then they have the straight wavy. So I use this brush for my highlighting and contouring. So I use the wavy side, which is this side right here, to do my highlighting. And I just take the product on the brush and I apply the highlight. And as I said, it's not going to be like any type of Kim Kardashian highlighting. It's just enough highlight to kind of give your face a glow. And that's basically it for the highlighting. Quick and easy. The next step is going to be the contouring step. And for the contouring step, I use a Makeup Forever Velvet Finish powder. But I also like to use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And so it kind of just looks like this. It's a compact powder thing. So what I use is the straight wavy end of this dual end brush, and I take the product on the brush, and I kind of like to, you know, of course, do what everybody else does, do the duck lip so I can see. And I take the powder and then I apply it, and then I bring it up the side. And as you can see, I start to create a contour there in my cheek, but nothing that's too dramatic. It's just enough for an everyday look. And as you can also see, my highlight is there. So just simple enough to add some dimension to my face. Now, if you need more contouring, of course, you can do more contouring. For my face, I'm supposed to contour here on my eyes also, and to kind of get rid of that like double chin that's like slowly trying to make its way on my face. I can contour here also, but I don't do that because it's just a lot for every day. So the next thing that I do once I have this on, which is like my basic face, is I choose the blush for the day. And I have several blush options, but one of my favorite, and I think this is always going to be my favorite option, is going to be my La Femme blush palette that I created. I absolutely love this, and there's several reviews on YouTube about this palette. I created this a while back, and it's always my go-to when I'm trying to choose a blush. And since I'm not really doing anything fancy today, I'm just going to go for a simple blush, which is going to be the peach seen here. So I'm going to use a Delium Tools 960 brush, and I'm just going to take some of the blush on there. And what they taught us in the Makeup Forever Artistry class was when you apply the blush, to apply it in an, instead of just digging into your cheek, apply it in an infinity shape. And so what you're going to do is kind of make I call it a figure 8. It's kind of easier just to kind of see, but apply a figure 8 on your cheek, and then you have your blush there, and then you're going to do the same on the other side. Apply your brush. And so basically that's kind of it for your face. But since this class was focusing on complexion and contour, they really didn't go into the whole eyeshadow or eyeliner or anything like that. So they just did a basic what is it called, mascara. And so for this, I use the Benefit They're Real. So they just use the Benefit They're Real for the mascara. So the next step is just to apply a really light lip, because you don't want, since we created a really smooth and simple, really smooth and beautiful complexion, you don't want to draw any attention away from your complexion by doing a like really bright lip or, you know, anything dramatic with the eyes. So I just applied this I just use the L'Oreal Color Riche Balm in Provence Romance, just to add a little color to my lips. The next thing I'm going to do is actually set my entire makeup look, and I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD powder, high definition powder. So when I do that, I take another brush that's kind of like the brush that I use for my foundation. This is the 160 Straight and Wavy brush. This is what I use. It's another Makeup Forever Artesian brush. Then I just take the powder, just a couple little dabs, and just like before with the rolling technique, you just set your entire look. So the last and final step for creating a flawless complexion for everyday wear is to use the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. This is what I like to use. There's also MAC also has a quick fix spray, and several other companies have a quick fix spray. So it's basically something just to set your look so that it just won't go budge or do anything throughout the day. So I'm just gonna do that. So I just use 2 pumps, and that's it. This is my everyday, ready to go, flawless complexion with a hint of a contour for the day. And just to reiterate for the class, the Makeup Forever makeup artistry classes are held at all Makeup Forever boutiques. The cost is $25 for you to sit down and just learn something from a makeup artist. And at the end of the class, you're allowed to purchase the products that you used, and it's at a 20% discount. So this is like a really great way for you to learn how to do your makeup and also buy the makeup at a discounted price. They have several different classes all the time, so check back. And so if you have any questions about any of the products that I use, of course I will have them listed down below.